Are you thinking of applying for a Schengen visa? Then you're in the right place, because in this video we're going to show you the A to Z's of everything you need for your visa application, the documents that you need, where you can apply and when you should apply. So stick around till the end of the video and hit the subscribe button if you like it. For short-term Schengen visas, you can apply up to 6 months in advance of your travel date, and you need to apply at a consulate of the country where you're planning to stay for the maximum duration of your stay in the Schengen zone. So for example, you're going to the Schengen area for 10 days, out of which 6 days you're planning to stay in France, 4 days in the Netherlands and 1 day in Germany. So in this example, you need to apply at your nearest French consulate. For the purpose of this video, let's guide you through what documents you need if indeed you're applying at your nearest French consulate. Bear in mind, most of the countries in the Schengen zone require these basic documents. So stick around. Let's dive straight into the document list. In India, the document submission and biometrics are done at VFS global offices in major cities. Now, let's have a look at all the documents which you need to prepare in advance for this visa application. You will need a visa application form, your original passport, and you need to create a travel itinerary. You also need your hotel reservations, travel insurance, and your bank statements and other financial proofs. You need proof of your professional situation and a strong cover letter. Proof of your socio-financial situation is super important for your visa application. Over here, the visa officer is mainly checking two things. The first one is the source of your funds, and the second, if you're financially stable enough to sponsor your vacation. Latest salary slips and IT return accompanied with an NOC or employment certificate is needed for salaried employees. If you own a business, in that case, furnish your application with a copy of your trade license or your company registration, accompanied by your latest IT return. If you are a freelancer and you do not possess any of these documents, in that case mention that clearly in your cover letter and prove to the visa officer the authenticity of your source of funds. That's what's most important. Similarly, in case you're a student and someone else is sponsoring you, explain that in your cover letter and attach documents, the financial documents of your sponsor. If you are a retired employee and receive pension, then attach copies of your pension slips. And in all these circumstances, you need to provide the visa officer with your latest IT return. That's non-negotiable. Depending on your situation, you'd probably want to furnish the visa officer as well with documents such as your marriage registration certificate. To prove to the visa officer that you possess enough money to fund your vacation, furnish with your application your latest bank statements. I'd recommend you to give around 3 months of your bank statements to the officer. Downloaded bank statements from your net banking portal in case you're applying from somewhere like India. That works perfectly fine, but for bringing much more authenticity to your application, feel free to get a stamp from your nearest branch as well. Round-trip flight reservation is important for your visa application. For this purpose, please attach along with your visa application a copy of your flight reservation. It is preferable that you give the visa officer your real flight ticket reservation copy, because it makes the application look all the more genuine and authentic. But in the off case, if you're not sure yet about your travel dates or about which route you're going to take to reach your final destination in the Schengen zone, in that case you can always go down the dummy ticket route, which a lot of people use these days. We're not promoting the use of dummy tickets, but it's just another way which I'm giving you. Just like in Amazon, we shop for some products and add them to the cart. A dummy ticket is nothing but that. When an agent logs into the flight reservation system, reserves the ticket for you, but doesn't pay for it. So it's in the cart. So every dummy ticket has an expiry date, just like your products in your Amazon cart. So if the visa officer checks your visa application before the expiry of these dummy tickets, then you're good to go. But chances are that sometimes in case of peak processing times, your visa application may be delayed, and that's where the problem comes with dummy tickets. And that's when I always recommend people to go with the real flight tickets. So it's just a chance which if you want you can take. A lot of times visa officers don't even check if you have attached dummy tickets or real flight tickets, but it's just something to keep in mind. But nonetheless, if you want to take the dummy flight ticket route, then here is a website as an example which I've used before for my visa applications, and it was a success. So it's called cheapdummyticket.com, and over here you can get a one-way ticket or a round ticket. You can even ask for a dummy hotel reservation over here. So it's up to you to choose which route you want to take. We're not gonna say one is better than the other, but yeah, it's up to you. For proof of accommodation, you need to submit the visa officer copies of your hotel reservations for your entire duration of stay in the Schengen zone. And these hotel reservations can be prepaid, or you can even pick the option of pay at hotel in case you're using an option like booking.com to book your hotels. Nonetheless, these bookings need to be coherent with your travel itinerary that you mention in your cover letter. Travel insurance is important for your visa application, and not just for your visa application but for your safety during your travel as well. So you can use Policy Bazaar in order to get very good deals in travel insurances. It's honestly not that expensive, but it's worth it. You do not need to copy a cover letter from someone else. You can write it on your own. Just explain what you do in your country of residence and explain what you're going to do during your trip. And that's enough. Here's an example of how you can show your travel itinerary in your cover letter for a 2-week stay in the Schengen zone. We truly hope that this video has been helpful to you. We look forward to hearing about your Schengen visa success stories. Bye-bye.